Hey ladies, how are you? Let me turn this on. Stop sharing. There we go. Hey, how is everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. So I am in a different location today, and with my glasses on because they're for blue light. So sometimes I like to block the blue light to help my hormones stay in check and also my cortisol. So that's a whole other thing that I'll talk about and share about in the future. But anyhow, welcome to day 3. Today, we are going to be talking about a fasting lifestyle. And what that means, a lot of times people think, oh, fasting, that seems so crazy. Or every time I fast, I binge, which is actually normal. But today I want to talk to you a little bit about how to do it in a healthy way and the health benefits of it overall. And then you'll begin to see how to apply it and how to manage healthy fasting and healthy feasting. So nutrition is just as important as the benefits you'll gain from fasting. And I'll lay that all out for you today. So yesterday, day 2, we talked about emotions and behavior and how those things might drive us, how our stress levels inhibit our health, and a really cool video. And if you watched it yesterday, but I posted a link for the video about how you speak to yourself can change and make or break your progress. So anyhow, I hope you get a chance to check some of those things out. And I'm just going to close up some tabs here. My battery is running low and it is dying because I have all these tabs open. Okay, so anyhow, okay, so yeah, so yesterday we talked about that. If you haven't watched the day 2 video yet, go ahead and go back and do that because it'll really help to flow into what we're talking about throughout the week. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the difference between what is a sugar burner versus what is a fast burner and how to achieve one or two of those things. Okay. Okay, so before we dive in, let me go ahead and announce our winner from yesterday's homework, from our raffle for yesterday's homework. So Luann Redding, congratulations. I will send you a message later today on Facebook and get your email information and send you a cool little gift card for Starbucks to enjoy a drink on me. I didn't share this before, but I love coffee. Having to do decaf now these days, but I just love the taste of it and the warmth of it and tea as well. So I want to share a little drink, a little coffee with you as an award for winning and doing this week's homework or yesterday's homework. Okay, so this is going to work if you haven't been here already, is we meet for 30 minutes each day. I do my best to do that. And then I'm sharing my top 5 ways to live your healthiest life as you age. So today we're going to dive deep into a topic, again, that's close to my heart. Actually, all of this really is. It's just been so life-changing for me and so many other women in my groups and in my life. But like I said, today we're going to be talking about beginning to learn and apply fasting and manage healthy feasting principles. And I'm going to teach you how to break open your metabolism and get your hormones in balance. Doesn't that sound amazing? And it is life-changing. It has been for me, like I said, for many others. All right, so before I dive in, let's play another game. So for today, go ahead and introduce yourself in the comments. Let me know who you are, where you're from again. And then also for today, I would love for you to share your dream vacation. And it could be somewhere that you have actually been before or somewhere that you're dreaming of going. So take a minute and think about what your absolute dream vacation would be, whether it's happened or you want it to happen. So let me know. Let me know where you're tuning in from and your dream vacation. So take a moment to do that as I kind of get started here. All right, so the goal of the course and of this week is to help women over 40 shed stubborn weight and get lean and fit without sacrificing precious time with their spouse, kids, and grandkids, to travel freely, be confident, feel beautiful and sexy for their spouse or just for themselves, and to have the energy and vitality to show up fully for their family and for God's calling on their life. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in. So step 3, begin to learn and apply fasting and manage healthy feasting principles daily. Break open your metabolism to get hormones in balance. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what it actually is. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, there are 2 metabolic systems that our body has. We are either a fat burning or we are sugar or carbohydrate burning. All right, so the way that works is initially, primarily, we are carbohydrate or sugar burners. The food that we eat and that we consume is going to be metabolized as a carbohydrate if, right, there's carbohydrates in the food. Metabolized carbohydrates are broken down obviously into carbohydrates through your liver, and then proteins are metabolized as protein. And then if you consume a lot of protein, they can be broken down into carbohydrate energy in a form of called gluconeogenesis, where you're breaking down protein. If there's insufficient calories or insufficient carbohydrate, it will break it down and convert it into carbohydrate, which is pretty interesting for survival and for energy. And then the other part is a fat burner. So a fat burner is basically somebody who is utilizing body fat for fuel. So, okay, let me go back a little bit. With carbohydrate burning, you use carbohydrates initially. And then if you are low on carbohydrates or low on stored carbohydrates from your liver, carbohydrates also stored in your liver, if those are low, then your body will resort to going to fats for fuel. Okay, body fat, or if you're eating dietary fat, it'll use dietary fat for fuel. And your brain and your joints and your longevity love the byproduct of fat breakdown called ketones. If you have some kidney issues, you might want to be careful with ketones because your kidneys have to do a lot of work to process those. But generally, overall, specifically our brain loves operating on fats. Our brain is fat. And when it has ketones to use for fuel, there's so much brain clarity. You start to just heal your brain because it's just a healing when it washes in there. It's so healing. Also helps for joints and for inflammation. So it's a good idea to be able to learn how to tap into your secondary source of fuel, which is fat burning. So carbohydrate burning or sugar burning, initially, our body uses that. If you're eating on a regular basis, it's going to use carbohydrates or the food you have just eaten for energy. But if your diet is lower in carbohydrates, higher in fat and protein, then your body will start to go into your liver, your stored carbohydrate for energy, go into there. And once that's all used up within, I would say, 8 hours or so, after using all the food that you have on board, then you will, once that's all used up from your liver, then your body's like, oh, what do I do now? There's no more carbohydrates available. So now I'm going to switch gears, go into my secondary gas tank, and now go to body fat for fuel, which people call ketosis, or just ketosis happens a little bit later, but you can start going into body fat for fuel a little bit sooner. Usually when fasting at about 13 to 15 hours, you might start going to body fat for fuel. All right, which is amazing, which is what we want, right? And we can use that. Our body was designed to do that. And sometimes it's like, oh, my doctor, my dietitian told me to eat, 3 to 5 meals a day or more, but that's old news. So the new research is showing that it's better for longevity. Actually, people who fast have a greater lifespan. I was researching that this morning. So eating all the time taxes your digestive system, taxes your pancreas, taxes your hormones, and does not increase longevity. So our bodies are designed to not eat all the time. And elevating your metabolism with eating all the time was never proven. It's never actually validated in research. So there's nothing really to back that up. All right, now this is the new way. So like I said earlier, to open your mind to learning new ideas, I'm sharing with you things that you may have not heard before, but this is new, actually not even new research. This has been happening since the beginning of time. But researchers are finally resurfacing it and understanding how it all works, which is super exciting. All right. So body fat release is not a calorie deficit thing. Although it does happen with calorie deficit, what happens is when you are low on calories, you start to lose weight, but then your metabolism slows down to match the amount of calories that you're getting in because you're not getting much. And then if you continue to decrease calories, then you will lose weight again, and then your metabolism is going to slow down to adapt and adjust to the reduced calorie amount. And then it's going to be really hard to get good nutrition if you keep decreasing your calories to chase your body fat loss. However, what actually does work, and actually the way our bodies do work metabolically, is by taking a break from food or increasing your fat, healthy fats, increasing your protein, and decreasing the amount of carbohydrates that you're getting in your diet, and of course, sugars and toxins and things, in order to help your body go to body fat for fuel and even utilize dietary fat. So your body doesn't really split the difference or know the difference between metabolizing body fat or dietary fat, but it can convert it and use it as fuel and convert it into ketones for our energy source. Okay, so it's, again, like I said, it's not about calories, but it's about keeping your blood sugar low, keeping your insulin low. Anytime that you are eating on a consistent basis, right, you're bringing food in, this is your energy system, you're bringing food into your body, insulin is going to have to be woken up. Its pancreas is going to have to release some insulin. And insulin, what it does is it brings carbohydrates into your cells for energy. People who are pre-diabetic or even diabetic, that system, the insulin bringing the carbohydrates into the cells, isn't functioning properly. So you end up with circulating sugars and hormonal imbalances with insulin as well. So fasting, I'm going to teach you in just a minute, is really beneficial in reversing or decreasing symptoms of prediabetes and type 2 diabetes as well, because it's giving your insulin a break and allowing it to heal, right? Your pancreas to heal and your insulin to take a break and your cells to heal. Okay, what was I going to talk about next? Okay, so when insulin is consistently being called upon, and once your liver stores of carbohydrates are full, but you continue eating, then what happens after that? So if you're not using up all the energy that you are eating, then your body is going to say, okay, well, storehouses are full. I'm not using this much. So I'm going to take that, and insulin is going to trigger fat deposition. So when insulin is constantly being taxed and elevated, then it's stimulating your metabolism to store body fat as fuel. Okay, so that's why keeping your blood sugar low, keeping your insulin levels low is really going to close that, or it's going to keep it low. And when that little gate is closed, your body now has the availability to go to body fat for fuel or dietary fat for fuel. If blood sugar and insulin are high, you're not able, your body metabolically isn't able to go into body fat for fuel. So the idea is to keep insulin low, to keep blood sugar low, so that way that little gate is open and free to grab that. Oh, right. So like I said, it opens your metabolism, and then foods that are estrogen and progesterone forming will help in that as well. If you are lower in estrogen and progesterone as you're going to perimenopause or menopause or even postmenopausal, there are certain foods that can elevate progesterone and estrogen levels, even if your levels are low. That's the idea, right? To get those up. And I have food lists for the people in my Ageless Body Blueprint group. We have 3 or 4 lists of different types of foods that can elevate those levels naturally and make you feel better overall. All right. So the other thing too is that there's different types of fasting. One of them is intermittent fasting. There's about 7 types. There you can also fast according to the sun. When the sun is up, that's when you eat, and before the sun goes down is when you stop eating. So basically, eating during daylight hours is a way to kind of schedule your fasting. You can also fast according to your cycle. So your menstrual cycle. So if you're still menstruating, it's really important to understand the best times to fast and the best times to take a break with fasting. Because, for example, the first 10 days of your cycle, that's when estrogen is high, you're feeling strong, you're feeling productive, you're feeling energetic, you can get some good workouts in. And that's when you can fast away and fast as long as you'd like, within healthy means, right? Of course, according to your body. And then during your ovulation, in the middle of your cycle, is when you can also fast a little bit longer. Outside of that, the last day 20 all the way up into the day 1 of your period is when you want to take a break from fasting. Progesterone wants to go up, wants to be elevated so you can begin a period. And if your body's stressed, or if you're doing hard workouts, or you're fasting a lot, it's really going to put a toll on your body, your energy, your insulin, your hormone balance. And then as you go into your perimenopausal or menopausal years, you're going to have a lot of symptoms, negative symptoms that women complain of. But if you're taking care of your body now, and especially while you still have a cycle, it's really important to listen to that. So, and fast according to it, work out according to it, and live out your life according to it. So in the group, in my Ageless Body Blueprint group, I also provide different meal plans and different fasting schedules according to where you are at in your hormonal health. So if you are perimenopausal, menopausal, postmenopausal, or even still have a period, I have a meal plan for each of those and not a meal plan, a fasting schedule for each of those, but then also a list of foods that will help to elevate progesterone and estrogen levels. Even if you don't have a period still, and it's been a while, or you just lost it, you still have hormones circulating, right? You don't lose your hormones. Levels of testosterone are a little bit higher, estrogen and progesterone a little bit lower. So typically women who are menopausal or perimenopausal or postmenopausal tend to gain weight in their abdomen just because testosterone levels are a little bit higher. And that's usually like males, right? They tend to carry their weight in their abdomen. So that's kind of the same pattern that our bodies are following as well. Okay, but you can eat certain foods to help to bring those back into balance, and I'll share those with all the women in my group. So if you join my Ageless Body Blueprint group, we start on Monday, and you'll get access to all of these amazing things. But I just want to give you a few things to take away with you while we're meeting together. Okay, let me share with you the fasting timeline so you can see all the health benefits that are going on while fasting. Let me share my screen with you. I can find it. Here we go. Share screen. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let me open this up for you 1 sec. Okay, so it looks like you can see this. Let's see if I can present it. It's supposed to work. Present full screen. Okay, here we go. Yay. Okay, so here is the fasting benefits timeline by Dr. Mindy Pelz, and she is amazing. She's a specialist in fasting and women's health, but I use her stuff because she has great things. But there's probably about 5 or 6 physicians that I follow and researchers that I get information from, and then compiling my own research as well. So this is one of the women that I follow. Okay, so for example, intermittent fasting, this is what's commonly we hear about all the time. So intermittent fasting is about 13 to 15 hours of fasting. This is where you start to see an increase in human growth hormone. And this is really important because as we age, after age 35, we start depleting human growth hormone. And human growth hormone is the one that helps to increase muscle mass, increase immune system, and just to help with your structure, with your hair, skin, and nails. So if, as you get older, right, you have thinning skin, your nails maybe not be as healthy, your muscle is depleting, but with fasting, you actually start to see an increase in this hormone. So that way your muscle loss isn't as drastic, right? You have reduced inflammation, you begin to burn fat using ketones, breaking down fat and building up ketones. You have improved energy and focus, okay? And then when we get to your 17 hours of fasting, cellular detoxification, which is really cool. So your cells begin to repair. You have improved immune function and also cancer prevention. How awesome is that? So autophagy is basically a system where your body is kind of breaking itself down, but in a healthy way. It's breaking down the bad cells and it is repairing cells that need repair. It's also improving your immune function. So there's a physician who's a researcher in Japan. I can't think of his name right now, but he actually won a Nobel Prize for discovering autophagy with fasting. And what he found was that if he wasn't feeding, he was doing it in petri dishes with bacteria. And he found that if he wasn't feeding it, it was actually starting to not die. It was actually getting stronger. It was actually killing off any bad cells and regenerating healthy new cells. And then started applying that to humans and animals and noticed that it works the same way. So if you're allowing yourself to fast for at least 17 hours and beyond, up to 72 hours, you're going to start seeing increased levels of autophagy, or body breaking itself down in order to build itself up. So that's how longevity actually occurs because of autophagy. If you're constantly eating, you never get an opportunity for your body to tap into the self-healing mode. Okay, once you get to a little bit longer, 24 hours, you have a gut reset. So if you're having trouble with bloating or gut health issues, 24 hours is a sweet spot for getting some intestinal cell regeneration. GABA production. GABA is a calming hormone within our brains to help us release and relieve anxiety. Brain healing, and then autoimmune healing as well. This is when you get to the 24-hour mark. 36 hours, reduce glucose stores, reduce insulin stores. So, right, all your stores of carbohydrates are going down, and now you increase fat burning, detoxification, anti-aging. So, in this process, I know a lot of times we do detoxing separately, but fasting also includes detoxification. So, as long as you're fasting, detoxing is happening, and it's always a good thing. I did mention the other day, though, that detoxing your liver is really important, and it is, because fasting doesn't completely detox your liver, but it does help to heal and elevate the enzymes in your liver, kind of wake them up, the ones that have not been doing well, and helps that increase that activity. So it's important to do a full liver detox. And then when you start fasting, you'll get better results as far as body fat loss and fat metabolism. Okay, and then the next thing, so 36 hours also, so detoxification and anti-aging. And then even longer, here we go, dopamine. I know some of these might seem really long if you're not used to fasting. Dopamine reset, 48 hours, you reset your dopamine. So if you're struggling with depression or anxiety, you will start to receive healing in your brain for those issues, reduce anxiety and depression, anti-aging, antioxidant production, and then HGH, that human growth hormone at 48 hours elevates by 500%. Can you imagine? So you are basically, in this point, completely reversing the aging process. It's amazing. Immunity fast, 72 hours, peak autophagy. This is when you are peaked out with your body's self-healing system. Your immune stem cells start to heal and regenerate. So there's people who have chronic conditions like different types of leukemia and who need stem cell replacement. They can actually, some physicians who are more progressive will have them start out with fasting for 72 hours just to get their body stimulated and starting this immune stem cell function and repairing, so that way they don't have to do as much treatment or continue doing that as part of their treatment. So musculoskeletal stem cells start regenerating, chronic conditions are beginning to heal, and then accelerating healing overall. So I know some of these sound doable. Right now we're practicing 13 to 15. You can even go up to 17 or 18. 19 is great for starting to decrease inflammation. There's other things between these time zones that are healing you. But anytime you're starting, let's say you're starting at 13 hours and you're getting all of these, when you get to 17 hours, you're still getting all of the benefits from the 13 hour and from the 17 hour now. And then when you get to 24, same thing. All of these health benefits from fasting are still continuing on when you get to 24 hours. You're getting the benefits from this, the benefits from this, the benefits from this here. And as I get to 72 hours, you're still getting all of these benefits, including the ones at the 72-hour mark. So the longer you go, the more health benefits there are. And of course, like I said before, you just need to know how to fast according to your body's needs and your hormonal needs. So like if you still have a cycle or if you don't have a cycle, you can actually fast as much as you'd like according to your body's health and ability. But it's, like I said, it's super important to make sure that you're getting in healthy nutrition as well. Okay, let me stop sharing. Actually, no, I maybe have to check out the next slide. Yeah, okay, so this is a testimonial from one of the members of our Ageless Body Blueprint. This is from Annette. And she was talking about, she started with me in the she started with me in the sugar detox group and was feeling really good and just feeling like when she got off sugar, she wanted to see if she can feel even more amazing. And she joined me in the Ageless Body Blueprint after the sugar detox. And at the time, her goals were to tighten and tone her muscle to her college self, to reduce inflammation from the inside out, create a quick, sustainable health routine habit that she doesn't have to think about and just go for it. And then after 8 weeks of the Ageless Body Blueprint program, I am on my way to achieving the above and more. I can honestly say I love the way I feel right now, energized and happy. I'm getting slimmer and stronger every day, and I'm getting more flexible and balanced every day. I no longer eat blindly or reach for a treat when stressed or to numb life's inevitable setbacks. So that was so awesome. So she's been in my group since my test group, and that was about a year ago. And today, she actually is back to her college self. She shared a testimonial in my master class last week. So if you haven't seen that, you go back to that. You can go to my YouTube channel and find that there as well. So I was so happy for her. But yeah, she's just doing amazing. Not just her, but a lot of other women in my groups are getting very similar results. Okay, let's go back to where we left off. All right, so, oops. Close this up real quick. Where did all my stuff go? Hang on. All right, here we go. Okay, so after all of that, let's go and talk about diet for a couple minutes, and then we will finish up. So, okay, so diet. So what you want to make sure, like I mentioned earlier, is you want to make sure that you're keeping your healthy fats up, your protein levels up, and then also your dietary carbohydrate on the lower end. Not that you shouldn't have any or can't have any, but you want to keep those levels low because, like I said earlier, you want to kind of keep your blood sugar under the radar so that you are more easily going into fat burning system for fuel, right? So you're going to your body fat for fuel. Okay, let me see. All my things got kind of messed around when I shared my screen. Okay, so like I was saying, there is research out there that talks about longevity and fasting. And it's super amazing because I was looking at some research from USC, and there is a physician there, Dr. Walter Longo, who is really into studying fasting. And I just want to read some quotes to you from him because I thought it was really fascinating. So for him, he says, yet fasting is far from a fad. It was part of life in ancient civilizations, and many religions today retain some from the right, often as a way to achieve focus and clarity. In scientific circles, no less than Hippocrates, known as the father of modern medicine, is said to have prescribing it to spur healing. That's really what is fascinating about this movement right now. How do you change the system? How do you trick and reset your cells so that you're going back? Maybe not back to 18 years old, but certainly to the state where everything was set in place. So it's interesting because, yeah, ancient times, you can read in history and research that ancient civilizations, and even before, modern time, people were using fasting as an initial step to their healing process and protocol. So if somebody came into their doctor or doctor came to them with an issue, they would say, okay, you know what, just take a break. Let's fast for, 24 to 72 hours, depending on the condition. And then we'll start treating the body. So what happens is it allows the body to heal itself first, see how far it gets, and then adding additional treatments to it after that. So there's health benefits to fasting way beyond body fat loss. And I know right now intermittent fasting is a very popular phrase, but there's much more to it. And in my Ageless Body Blueprint group, we use all of the elements of fasting to reverse aging, decrease bloating, increase brain clarity, decrease any symptoms of IBS or any other digestive issues, emotional issues, stress issues that maybe you might have had depression in the past, or you're having joint pain. Some typical things that you think of that come along with aging can actually easily be reversed with a fasting lifestyle. So as far as fasting lifestyle goes, I have a calendar for fasting. And people ask me, well, how long should I fast? Well, it really depends on what you want as your ultimate goal. What are you looking for? What do you want right now? And then you fast according to that. So you look at the fasting timeline and see which one is going to serve you the best purpose. So if you want to lose body fat, or if you want some healing, if you want decreased inflammation, you can go and do it to that fast. So a fasting lifestyle does mean you are fasting daily. So what I like to do for a maintenance fasting lifestyle is I usually give my group, or even for myself, we do 4 days a week of intermittent fasting. So anywhere between 16 and 18 hours of fasting. And then on 1 day a week, we either Mondays or Fridays, you can select a longer fast, whatever that looks like to you, whatever you're ready for. So sometimes people do a 20-hour fast. Some people are getting stronger, building their fasting muscle and going up to 24 hours or even up to 72. Usually 72, we do that maybe twice a year, 3 times a year, just to kind of reset your body and heal yourself. So anyway, so 4 days a week of intermittent fasting, 16 to 18 hours, 1 day a week of an extended fast, and then 1 day off. So let's see, 4, 5, 6. So Mondays and Fridays, we usually do an extended fast, or Monday or Friday. And then Saturday is kind of like an in-between day. I usually have to do an intermittent fast that day and then just kind of enjoy a couple treats or things I don't necessarily normally eat on a Saturday. It's just more flexible. And then on Sunday, if you want to take a day off of fasting overall, and just eat, a few times a day. That's totally fine. So it's just doing it in succession and finding that sweet spot for you. Initially in the group, we start out with about a 12 to 14-hour fast in my Ageless Body Blueprint group. And then just like with exercising, you start somewhere. And then over time, you start noticing it gets a little bit easier and a little bit easier, and you can start extending your fasting time. And in the group, we help each other and we meet once a week, usually on Thursdays or Fridays right now. And we meet as a group and we talk about what's going on, and I add some updates. The science for this is actually pretty new. The science for fasting is pretty new, at least coming back, right? Actually, people are researching it. So I'm always each week finding something new and sharing what research is revealing or what I've learned, and I get to know and understand how this works. So it can benefit each of you according to your current need. So yeah, so I hope that helps a little bit. And then also with let's see, what did I have? Oh, yes. So within the Ageless Body Blueprint, if you are wanting to join us there, you can it'll include grocery lists and recipes for this type of eating style I was mentioning: higher fat, higher protein, lower carb. You will get worksheets that you can work through that'll help you to take a moment to reflect on your mindset and your beliefs and challenge those and kind of see what might be getting in the way of you getting in the way of yourself. It also comes with a workout program and calendar. It comes with a fasting schedule, which I just described, for weight loss and for maintenance. And then also, if you find that you are doing fasting and it's just not working for you, it could either be because your carbohydrate stores in your liver are too high, or it could be because your liver needs to be detoxified so you can metabolize fats, or it could be that you've just been doing the same fast for a long time. Our bodies are very keen to adapting, right? So if you've been doing a 16-hour fast and 8-hour eating window for a long time now, for at least more than 6 weeks, 3 months or so, your body's adapted. So what you need to do is you need to go back and either take a break from fasting for a week or so, then go back to fasting, or go into deeper waters and go into an extended fast of about 24 to 36 hours. If you're having trouble breaking through fat loss, 36 hours is the way to do it. But if you need support in our group, we talk about these kinds of things. We do fasts together. If you want to extend fast, I have little fasting challenges according to what the group's needing at the time. So that can help you as well. All right. So I also teach you ways on how to make being hungry easier. One of them is eating a higher healthy fat diet makes it easier to fast the next day. The higher in carbohydrate your diet is, the more difficult it's going to be to fast. I also give you little tricks and tips on how to handle any feelings of low blood sugar or low energy when you're fasting. Usually just grabbing a pinch of sea salt with some water will help to bring your energy back up. Usually when we're getting headachy or getting fatigued or feeling we're having low blood sugar when we're fasting, it's not usually blood sugar that's an issue. It's because your body will tap into fat for fuel. It's usually dehydration or underhydration, because when you're not eating, you're not getting the salt in that you need for the water to go into your cells when you're drinking water. So sometimes you can be drinking a lot of water, but not actually being hydrated, especially when you're fasting, because you need that salt or electrolytes to get that in. When you're fasting, you are just drinking water, plain mineral water, no added flavor, black coffee, or tea with nothing added to it. Those are the options for a clean fast. And then I give you also in the group some little tips and tricks on how to make fasting a little bit easier. If you need some fasting crutches, which are called fasting snacks, you can do a tablespoon of unsweetened peanut butter or half of an avocado if you need a little bit of help to help you go a little bit further as you're strengthening your fasting muscle. All right, so we also include a guide to breaking through weight loss plateaus, and we talk about this in our group as well. A fasting meal plan for those who are in different stages of the hormonal cycles. And then today, I would love to give you a little gift from me. I have a meal plan that I designed for beginner fasters, specifically for women over 40 who are wanting to learn more about fasting or try it out. So I will put a link for all of you in the post for today, and you can get your copy of that. Please feel free to share it with a friend. It's available to anybody. So like I said, the Ageless Body Blueprint is designed specifically for women over 40 who want to live fit, fabulous, and fierce life as they age, and then to achieve extended longevity in only 8 weeks. So the course I have is all online. It's 8 weeks of pre-recorded video lessons, and then we meet live once a week in the group. I also have a private Facebook community where we all get to know each other, get to ask questions, have questions answered, and just support each other on our journey together. You have access to it for life. The Facebook community, this is the last round 3 that I'm going to be offering it for life. That Facebook community, after this, once we get to round 4, it's going to be $25 a month after the 8th week in the group to be a part of the Facebook community. So if you are thinking about it, this might be a great time for you to jump in now. I also offer payment plans for those of you who want it broken down a little bit more for it to work for you. I know there's lots of women out there who really need this and really want this. I know where your hearts are at, but it's not in their budget right now, but I'm definitely happy to break down payments to what works best for you. If you want more information, everybody in this group in my Facebook community has access to me for a free 30-minute nutritional assessment. You can tell me what your needs are. I can give you a few tips that you can take away with you and then point you in the right direction as far as what your next steps could be with me or in another program itself. Okay, so registration is now open for this course and it starts on Monday, and I could take about 8 more women in the group. So if you're thinking about it and you're wanting to really put this into practice with us and really live out this ageless lifestyle, I'm here for you. The group is here for you. It's an amazing group of women. Once you join, you have immediate access to the videos. You can binge watch them immediately, or you can watch them on your own time, where we're going to be watching it actually starting on the February 5th. We're going to be doing a little watch party for each video week by week together in the course. And then just having discussions about that throughout the week. So you'll get access to it right away, and you can watch as often as you want, as many times as you'd like, and just to continue getting the support that you need, either through the videos or through us as a group as well. Okay, so what else? Okay, today's homework. So today's homework is I'm going to have you continue fasting. We're going to practice fasting again today. And this time you're going to do a 16-hour fast. So close your eating window at 7 p.m. and wait to reopen it at 11 a.m. And you might discover, depending on your style, that you might be a snacker in the evening. But when your window is closed, it's closed. You can have decaf herbal tea, you can have decaf coffee, you can have water or mineral water in that fasting window. So if you feel like you need something to munch on, or it just feels weird not to eat, you can grab one of those things to help you along the way. And then also making sure to get in plenty of water and stay hydrated while you're fasting. If you need in the morning before you break your fast, you can grab a pinch of sea salt, wash it down with some water to get a little extra hydration in. Okay. So, and then adding in that healthy fat also during each of your meals during the day. So we're going to continue that. This time you're going to do a 16-hour fast, making sure to add in a healthy fat with each meal. And if you would like to, you can go to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to be storing these video recordings there as well. And I will post the link to my YouTube channel so you can enjoy that. So anyway, I hope everything I shared today helped you a little bit and gets you on to your journey for ageless lifestyle and ageless living. And I will talk to you all tomorrow. Tomorrow on day 4, I'm going to be sharing about how to incorporate daily 30 to 45-minute workouts to boost your fat loss and reverse aging. Okay, so anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.